Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I am going to explain to you the first week chapter, which is organizational structure and features of a company. Now, before I proceed, you need to know and understand that this first week chapter is very important for your first assessment, which is assessment number one, uh, pair work assessment or pair assessment. Yeah. So all you need to do is you need to describe a company. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, as I mentioned to you just now, this is a very important topic for your first assessment. Okay, moving along. Now, when we want to describe a company, the first thing that we need to look at is the organizational structure. Now, what is basically an organizational structure? It tells us who is the person in charge in the company, the big boss, and then the bosses that followed by the big boss, and then we have the head of departments and so on and so forth. So basically, by just talking about the structure, the organizational structure, we can learn to understand how a company works. Yeah. Now, when you explain about the organizational structure of a company, the first thing that you need to have is the organizational chart. Okay, you need the chart in order for you to explain. Now, the chart, okay, in your presentation, yeah, the chart should consist of the highest position followed by post in the company. That means there must be the big boss followed by the deputy, and then you have the directors for each department, and you have head of department, so on and so forth. And then for each post, the name for each post should be written in full. Okay, and you cannot use abbreviation when you describe or when you write down the name of the position. Okay, like CEO, Chief Executive Officer, or CFO, Chief Finance Officer. Okay, this is an example how an organizational chart should look like here. But of course, you can have a more complex one. And if you go to any of the companies that you are going to present for, sometimes they may have a rather sophisticated organizational chart. They may include, the pictures, photos, so on and so forth. And these are some common English phrases that you can actually use in order for you to describe the organizational chart, like the word sorry, the phrase report to. So you can say that the deputy chairman reports to the chairman, the directors of each department reports to the deputy, and the chairman or the board of directors. Or you can talk about the board of directors consists of. So the phrases like consists of, responsible for, in charge of, headed by. These are the phrases commonly used in order to describe an organizational chart. Who are the people in the organizational structure? Basically, they're divided into three groups. We have board of directors, and as you can see here, these are what they do. Okay, and we also have non-executive directors. They are not really the one who run the company, but they are pretty much important as the executive directors. But they are like the bridge between the company and the society and the people and the public. Yeah. Executive directors are the ones normally who run the company, and you can see them in the organizational chart. All right. Okay. You need to talk also about the products or the services provided by the company. Well, that depends. Some companies they provide both, so you must talk about what are the products, what are the services that they provide throughout the year. And if you need to understand more what public listed companies are, you can just go to this website, the first website. And in order for you to understand or to get to know companies that are listed on Bursa Malaysia, you can just go to this website. Now, this is very important, which I'm going to explain later. So let us talk about your first assessment. The first assessment requires you to present about the company, and the company must be listed in Bursa Malaysia. Okay, so that is why just now I give you the link so that you can go to Bursa Malaysia and you can look at the companies listed there. You can choose any company for you for this assessment. What are the criteria or the aspect that you should be talking about? Number one is the history of the company. That includes the name of the company, the background history, whether if let's say the company has parent company, a subsidiary, or they have the main headquarters and then they have the branches, and what are the successful stories that they have, and then you must also talk about the mission and the vision of the company, including the motto, the logo, whatever. Okay, as long as they're in the same group. All right. Next, of course, talk about the organizational structure, talk about the board of directors, the CEO, the general manager, what are the functions, responsibilities, talk about the head of the department, so on and so forth. And you can also, if let's say you want to talk about the top management, then you'll put them in organizational structure. If you want to describe other departments in that company, then you can put that under various sections and departments in the company. Okay. And of course, the last one is where you talk about the products or services for the company. Now, your presentation should be between 8 to 10 minutes for each pair. Okay, and I hope that by watching this, it helps you to understand on how to describe a company. So, should you have anything, just ask me. That's all. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye.